step down. Christine Coulter is apologizing after this photo surfaced of her. This is from 1994, where she is wearing a shirt that says, "LAPD, we treat you like a king." That is, of course, believed to be a reference to the 1991 police beatings of Rodney King. Coulter said that although she did not recognize at the time that it could have been perceived as a reference to King, that she was, quote unquote, profoundly sorry for having worn it. And at last night's city council meeting, emotions were high.
I implore you to ask Ms. Coulter to step down immediately and replace her.
Solomon Jones is a radio host and award-winning columnist for the Philadelphia Daily News. He was at that meeting last night. Solomon, nice to have you back, sir.
Good to be back.
In her apologies, she said that she didn't realize sort of the significance of the shirt at the time. Your reaction?
I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I just can't, because it was in the news. It was the biggest thing in the news during that time. I have told her this, told the mayor this, told my listeners and my readers this. I don't believe it. The Rodney King beating spurred a riot, spurred 3 trials, was the biggest news at the time. And so it's impossible to believe that anybody, especially someone in policing, would not know what that shirt referred to.
And if people, just to add to the context of this, you know this, but you know, this is the latest in what's been a really turbulent summer for you guys, for the Philadelphia Police Department. Yeah. In June, we spoke about this. You organized a protest after a number of officers were accused of posting hateful or racist content on social media. But here's the but, right? So the other side of this is, this was from the 90s. You know, aren't people allowed to change? Is there, Solomon, any room for forgiveness decades later?
Yes, there is room for forgiveness for initially wearing the shirt. There is room for forgiveness for making that mistake. But telling us that you did not know that this was a reference to Rodney King is just not believable. Nobody believes that because of how big that news was at the time. And I think the other thing is the response to it. Now, she was quoted in an article as saying that she didn't know, and some other things that just did not make sense. She said that she did not, they did not say everything that she said, and that's fine. But then if that was a mistake, if you were misquoted, you come out immediately and say, you know what, I was misquoted. This is what I really mean about this, rather than waiting to see how the community would respond. And now I think that people are so angry, it might just be too late.
Okay, we'll watch what's happening in Philadelphia. Solomon Jones, we'll keep this conversation rolling. Thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Coming up next, President Trump insisting that